Okay, great. So how's everyone doing today?
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay, so today topic is lead follow-up. So first I want to start the call. Um, if anyone has any success stories from yesterday's invites, um, does anyone have any success stories that they would like to share?
Um, kind it's not so much like contact wise because yesterday when I posted that I would get 5 contacts, I kind of didn't think about my day, and I was at an event all day. But I was at an event all day, and then I had like a club shift and then another event at night, so it was kind of hard to do the invites. But I did talk to a lot of people, but I didn't necessarily get their contact information. But one of my things that I said was one of my weaknesses is when I see a lot of people, like I kind of don't know, like I just don't talk to anyone because I feel so overwhelmed with so many people pass by. But yesterday, while I was riding my bike, I did say like hi to as many people as I could, and I chatted with a few, but I just didn't get the actual contact number.
I think
But I felt like it's a success.
yeah, it's definitely still a win because it's breaking the ice for you to be able to eventually talk to that person that you're supposed to. Great. Shakira or Justin, do you guys have one or something you want to share from yesterday?
Yesterday I went to the gym. Met a guy named Steve. Said he hadn't worked out in about 4 years, and he was wanting to put on weight. And he was at the gym, so I told him like, "Hey man, I actually started this nutrition plan a couple months ago. I jacked up 12 pounds in 30 days. I'd love to sit down and talk about any goals you have." So he gave me his email address yesterday, but I'm gonna follow up with him today.
Awesome. Good job.
Cool. So I made 2 contacts on Sundays. I didn't get out much yesterday. Wasn't feeling too well, but because of those 2 contacts, I did reach out to them and had a little conversation going, just getting to know them. They met me while working out, and they know what I do, so that didn't really come up with conversation. It was more of just getting to know each other and what they do. And one just moved here from Canada, so that was pretty interesting. Her husband turns out that works with my husband. So I feel like because of that, it's more likely for them to come around to what we do, just because we bonded over that.
Awesome. Very cool. I also didn't go out much yesterday either, but I did get to talk to a lead from a current client that was a referral. So that was, those are always great. So obviously put the work in, and it's going to come out later on. So, okay, so with lead follow-up, I want to talk about one. Let's do similar to yesterday. So when it comes to follow up with your leads, one thing you're really good at, one thing you need to work on, and if you have any questions right now that are pertinent to the topic, like that you're not sure about how to do or confused or anything like that. Who'd like to go first?
If you're doing a follow-up, say for example, you only got an email address,
Mm-hmm.
but send me some info. What is it exactly that you would send out of curiosity? Like, what would be the most powerful? Because I got a welcoming email that I'll send people, but if anyone has anything better, I'm all ears.
I think it depends on what the type of conversation is that you had with that person. If it was just like a kind of in passing, like, oh, I'll send you some info on what we do sort of thing, then all I really do is make the connection. I can't remember who I was talking to last week, but I think it was Jerry was talking about it, but it was like not giving away the goods. Like you want people to be able to know the title of the book and the author, but you don't want them to not want to read it because you gave away so much information that they don't need you anymore. So in the email, it should really just say, hey, so nice meeting you. Glad we ran into each other. Love to find a time that's better to talk in person if you're local, or get on the phone and talk more about what you're looking to gain. Like if you, whatever the conversation was, like really talk more about your weight loss or more about the business side or plan a workout together, whatever it is that you guys talked about. But the email should not be like this whole thing about like, and we do this and this and this and this, and you can do this and this and this, and this is when you have breakfast, and this is how much protein you're supposed to have. Like none of that, because you're giving away the goods.
Yeah, the meat and potatoes.
Yep.
Okay.
And you don't want to have a relationship by email anyway. So you want to make that initial thing where they have to contact you in a more personal way.
Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Do you guys have anything you want to add to that, girls?
That was awesome.
Thanks. Okay, so Justin, since you asked the question, that was awesome, by the way. What's your strength when it comes to follow-up? And then something you need to work on.
Probably my strength, actually, I mean, actually sending out an email or, following through with what I'd say, but some of my weaknesses I would probably saying a little bit too much when I'm talking to someone, keeping it real simple. I'll kind of, just like you said, kind of throw out some of the little bit too much to the good stuff where I feel like I over talk sometimes in getting the actual contact itself. So I feel like I kind of push the person away.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it short and simple and sweet, and kind of get them to ask questions about it instead of just throwing it out there. I think that's what I should work on. So
yeah. That's actually what I was just going to say is it's normal to talk too much in the beginning because you're nervous, so you're rambling. But if you just let them ask the questions, it doesn't matter how long you talk because really they're the ones talking.
Yeah.
And they'll
They're
stay more. Yep. And they'll be more engaged. So cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's also just something that you have to get better at.
Yeah, true. The comfortability.
The fact that you're even talking to people, that's what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mark always says that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
True. Yeah.
So you can talk and talk and talk, but if that person's meant to come down, it won't matter that you rambled.
Okay.
So
that makes a lot.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, Erica, who wants to go next?
I'll go. Okay, go ahead, Erica.
I was gonna say that one of my strengths when I do follow up, I will follow up with everyone. Like I get on a roll, like I start it and then I start, I'm like, oh cool, that was a good follow up. I'm gonna contact the next person and see how they're doing. And then I'll do that like in bunches and do like a lot. But my weakness is sometimes like when I do make a contact, I won't contact them at all for a while. And then I feel like then I feel like it's like too late to contact them or it's weird or I'm not gonna so when I am doing follow-up, I think I do them well. And then when I miss, like I make a contact and I miss it or some time passes, I kind of feel discouraged to reach out again because I'm like, oh, they're going to think I'm weird and they don't remember me because it's been too long. And then I just don't do it.
So does anyone have a tip that they can say to Erica on that?
I guess it kind of goes into what I was going to say already. That one of the things I used to wait also. I used to wait. Like I would meet them and then send them out something like 4 or 5 days later. And their response would be, who is this? So that wasn't a really good response. So I think I talked to Nick and a couple other people and told me no more than 24 hours for each person. So when I started doing that within 24 hours, it was either like a couple hours later or right away, like I think, it was great meeting you, and said something about what we talked about, whether it was them running on the track or the kind of clothes they were wearing or the sport, like really hit on that. And then when they would write me back, they would ask me where I would send them a calendar of what we had going on, and then I would plug him into that. Now my problem, that was a suggestion for Erica. Can I say my weakness?
Well, hold on. Let me comment to Erica's really quick. So yes, you definitely should try to do everything within 24 hours. My thing, like if I'm going out in like rounds or whatever, is like as soon as I get home, then I'm contacting all of those people. And then I go about then the next round. Or even like if you have a break, like I come home for a couple hours or come home for lunch, then I contact those people. Now, with that being said, you made that connection with that person for a reason. So it doesn't matter if it was days, a week, a month. Like I've gone through and like found people that I've had leads for from a year ago, and I contact them. What's the worst thing that they can say is, "Who are you?" Then you tell them. If they want nothing to do with you, okay, you tried. But the opposite side of that is, "Oh my God, I remember meeting you. I totally lost your contact. I've been hoping that you would contact me." Boom, right there. But if you don't even try, they don't get that opportunity. So throw out how embarrassed or stupid you feel for not contacting them sooner, because you met them for a reason. Think about how many people have not given you their contact info. Or maybe you're too new to have that many people yet, but you will. That person said yes for a reason, so use that to your advantage.
Thank you.
Okay, so don't forget about anyone. Okay, now Kira.
Okay. Another thing to add to that is I used to do contacts when we had to do our 50 contacts a week. I just go all day doing contacts, like all day, and I'd be so tired. And then that's when I would like wait for like 2 or 3 days later. But I talked to Susan, and she was like, just schedule out an hour or 2 hours a day to do contacts, and then schedule another hour for the follow up, and that helped a lot too with that. Just really scheduling in the day before the follow up. Okay, and then one of my weaknesses, I'll follow up the first time, second time, and then when I don't hear anything back, I just give up, and I just forget about it. Like goes into the junk pile, I guess. I don't know, and I give up on them too soon. And what I've realized lately, I've been going through some of my contacts I've had for the past like year or so, like Lauren is saying, and I touched base with those people, and they're like, "Oh my God, we never got your text message, or we never this and we never that." So it's kind of showing me not to give up on people so easily. And then I'm starting to create on a board weekly what I have people plugged into, and what people are answering back and what people aren't, and then those people that aren't, just starting to send emails out to them, like weekly emails kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely keeping track of like who actually responded and what they responded that they wanted to come to. Is going to be really helpful for remembering, especially when we start doing bigger numbers during CHYPS. It's easy to forget like who is supposed to be here today and how do I know that person? What do they look like? Things like that. But when it comes to, I was going to say with those people that aren't responding to you, it's not that we want to forget about them, but we also don't want to bug the crap out of them. Like if I contact a person 2 or 3 times, like, remember me, how's it going? You said you wanted to come to this next time. Oh, we have this. Remember you said you want next time. Oh, this and this, and still like never responds. That person gets like put on the back burner. They don't get thrown away, but they do get put on the back burner because who knows, that person probably did get your messages, but just it wasn't the right time. So we don't want to forget about them because that is your lead. But at the same time, like kind of a 3-strike rule for now. And then like, let's say we have a big, huge dodgeball marathon coming up. So it's a little bit different and it hasn't been for like a month or so. Then I'll recontact those people. Like, oh, we have this new event or special event or something like that. Give them another option. Like you said, no to all those things. Maybe you really weren't interested in those things, but we have a new thing. Plus it's been a month. Maybe your life's calmed down, whatever it is, but keeping in contact with those people. Nick also does like some sort of like all lead email, like once He has like different ones for who's actually responding, but one that goes out like every 2 weeks or once a month for those people who aren't really responding to you, so that at least they see a continued, like, that we're still doing this, you're still invited. I don't have to keep wasting my text messages because you're getting the email. And if you want to follow up from the email, then you're there. But I didn't forget about you. Okay? Not that this isn't supposed to sound like bad or anything, but like that's your lead. If you fall off and you forget about them, or you say you haven't contacted me in a while, and then I meet them and follow up with them, then that is mine, not yours. So we never want to forget about anybody. We want to keep all of our leads. Okay? Awesome. Erica or Shakira, did you guys have any questions that you wanted to ask? Okay, cool. My strength is definitely like that immediate, like I go home and I contact everyone right away. But I would say, kind of like Shakira, I can give great advice, but my weakness is still trying to figure out how to keep them engaged later on. So like they say no right now, but like when we were doing 50 contacts, like then that was a crap load of people that I had to shuffle and like put in different categories. And if this person was in category B or C and said, oh, maybe later, I was definitely focusing on A and B. And so have to remember like, oh crap, it's been 3 months and that person said they wanted to come back like 3 weeks later. So like having a better system for when the, keeping keeping track of those people who weren't ready quite yet, but they still would have been later on. So I know that the next level day sheets, when I was using those, that was really good for me to say, okay, this person said, in 3 weeks I get paid, or next Wednesday I'll be free, and I would flip to that page in the book, put them down on that page, and then that way if I forgot about them, at the very least, when I got to that day, I opened it up and I was like, oh crap, I'm supposed to contact this person today. So they were already right there. And you can use that with a calendar or anything too. But marking them like on that day later on really helped me a lot.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. Because it is easy to forget. Like, oh, it's only next week. I'll remember. No,
Yeah.
no, we won't.
Process.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have any other comments or questions or things they want to talk about when it comes to leads and follow up?
Out of curiosity, this is just thought I had, and I just don't know if it's anything that anybody else does, but especially when you get grinding, getting 15 contacts a day, it's like you're building up a database, of contacts, if you will. So do you guys keep those like in a binder or something, or like how do you guys organize that and keep that stored?
Okay, he's talking about once we do put our leads somewhere, like in a database or wherever we do keep them, how do we keep them? How do we store them?
Is it a binder on paper or a notebook, or like what are some good tips to kind of keep that organized?
So Jerry's tip is always to keep them in more than one place, and especially if one of those places is on your phone, because I'm sure all of us have figured out that anything can happen to your phone. So plus it's not organized, like just having people like labeled in your phone lead doesn't really do much. He did send out last chyps, and I can actually share this with you guys, a lead sheet that was a Excel or Google Doc, I can't remember which one it was. And then how I changed it was I did like week 1, I had these people, and then week 2, I had these people, week 3, I had these people, so I could kind of see when I met them, how long ago it's been, and then I highlighted the people that actually responded back to me. That way, Jerry has like a really good system for different colors, like the people who responded and are definitely interested and came down, the people who are interested but haven't come down yet, the people who you liked but haven't come down yet, the people that are out the window, and he was like all color coded. It's a little bit much for me right now. like to keep up with that. But it's good to like have some sort of system.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, have you ever seen that sheet that he sent out?
No, I know.
Okay, so I'll post that on the on the chips page because it was last chips that it was posted. So I'll repost that so that's there, and then you can look at and use that to figure out a way that's easiest for you to keep track of people.
Yeah, most definitely. That'd be a huge help.
Cool. Do you guys do something different?
I use a whiteboard, and I write out the days of the week weekly, and then like to keep track of all the contacts and stuff. And then also I do have a binder, but the binder is more for clients. So every time I have a new client, I have them by their name, and then by their name and the date. So I kind of keep order like that.
Me too.
When they start on what nutrition program, all their numbers, and then like that, I can just keep up with them. And then also the whiteboard, I use it to plug people in. Like if they come to a Monday workout, they come to a Monday workout, so I meet up with them. There I find out what else they're interested on again. So then I move them on to the other day, like that, and that kind of works for me. It's not that overwhelming yet, because it's not filled up yet with that many names. But I'm sure I'm gonna have to figure out another way pretty soon. But so far that's working for me.
Cool. Erica, something to add?
I actually need to start. I need to start. I need to start using that sheet that you're talking about, Lauren, because I used it before and found myself like not using it and just keeping it on my phone. So I do need to transfer some numbers over to that sheet.
Great. Yeah. Once you guys, Justin, when you see that, even if you print it and write it down, like, because if you're more of a writer than keeping it on the computer, like however you do it is great, but that sheet is going to help a lot.
Can you post your version, not Jerry's version?
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Or if we could, yeah.
Or just share with you.
Just email it to us or something.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. You guys have any other questions or anything you want to add? Or you feel like this helped?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Okay. Well, obviously, if you do, don't hesitate, even if we're not on that topic for the day. Anyway, so I'm glad that you guys are here. I hope you have a great Tuesday. And I think that's it. You guys good?
Yay.
Okay, awesome. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.